nobody wins when the family feels.
I'm the reason why niggas mad. We the reason why these niggas mad.
Hey, I'ma stay 100, boy, I won't change.
Try to be player, I fumble with Jada. Like took a L, left me heartless.
I just wait on. Oh, hey, I just wait on.
So, I mean, you got cut in the head. With a knife?
Flashback.
Tune into this. You can see the bucket.
End of flashback.
All right. What kind of situation would end up getting cut in the head like that?
What do you mean?
I mean, what happened? What happened to
yeah. It was Gannon.
Okay. What happened to the other dude?
Oh, man. I don't know how I finished, man.
You have no idea.
Popular rapper was shot and killed overnight. Nick Blixey was discovered with gunshot wounds on Winthrop Street in Prospect Lefferts Garden.
Thanks, bro. You joking. It's a joke. You're DN white. Like, I'm really on that. You don't know who I am? Google me, nigga. I'll beat you up.
Running for cover after gunfire interrupts the evening commute near Times Square.
Off the streets, and the two famous rappers who could be looking at serious prison time.
Some very well-known incarcerated hip-hop artists from the drill music movement put aside their differences and wrote a song they all performed together in peace, at least for the moment.
Can you imagine selling out shows, on the road to making millions, possibly creating a new tax bracket for you and your family, but the same way you got to this point, in most cases, living a drill persona and portraying a lifestyle, like shooting your quote-unquote op, aka doing a drill, which in some cases can result in some people losing their life. It allows you to touch money you never seen before, but it also be the reason you can enjoy it, because now in that spotlight that you created, when you do decide to make those dumb decisions, now on a bigger scale, which ultimately end up leaving you deceased or in jail. Anything else in life, we would call that a trap, or just flat out backwards. If you think about it, some would say that's just as bad as getting narcotics and then selling them, and assuming that the same consequences for others don't apply to you.
Everybody could eat. Yeah, Dylan was alright.
Apply that to the rap game in the drill era. It caused more arrests in hip-hop than longevity successful artists.
A successful rapper from Brooklyn is accused of using his music career to bankroll gang violence.
Black is facing another warrant for his arrest for failing to show up for court-ordered drug testing.
A case that began in 2017. Monday night, Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug's attorney Brian Steele, told us something along the lines of, Mr. Williams committed no crime whatsoever.
Rapper NBA Youngboy and a female companion are in the Atlanta City jail tonight.
Atlanta police say they arrested the two at a downtown hotel. Police say Youngboy, whose real name is Kenneth Galden, and Star Thigpen became angry when the housekeeping staff entered their room at the Hyatt House Hotel.
She put a Chicago detective on the stand to testify that Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs.
As you can see, these things are happening to some of our favorite musicians, which is the same outcome that happened to us or any of our friends or close associates who decided to do something illegal and get caught along the journey. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes karma come back at a bad time, at least according to what you think. But now that same mindset is on the road to get you millions of dollars, changing you and your family life. Now I say all that to say this. I believe God works in mysterious ways. The people you can work with and make money with in your city, doing the craft you love to do. But it go against how you got there. To now, you performing for free. You ain't getting the back end or front end. And your audience, the COs and the fellow inmates, all one gender, wearing orange jumpsuits. And it's unfortunate for those who don't get that until we sit down, is when we able to understand, or at least ask ourselves, was it worth it? And then you ask the person that you believe in, that I had to go through this to understand this. And sometimes, unfortunately, you do. Hopefully we can see the positive in this negative situation, because we all know ain't nothing cool about being in jail. But as we discuss this story and talk about these 3 New York rappers who put their differences aside to make a song while incarcerated, learning lessons they self, growing within they self every day, showing they family, friends, loved ones, supporters, and most importantly, they self, that they do have plans on coming back a bigger and better person. So before we go over this one, remember family, I don't give you no aim, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. You're a resident in New York and you want to do drill music, please look at the stats of the drill rappers being incarcerated. Today we're gonna talk about 3, all having a household name within their rights. Never made music together prior to being incarcerated, but coming together once they was. One of these rappers is called Smokey Margella. Having tracks when he was 15 years old, released 6 years ago with over 6 million views and counting, titled Stay 100.
If I get caught up, I'm saying no names, saying no names.
He spoke being caught up into existence. The now 22-year-old rapper named Tamani Dape was arrested and charged with numerous offenses, including second-degree attempt M. The New York Police Department had confirmed. Smokey Margella was arrested on September 1st, 2022, in connection with the incident that took place in the early morning hours of July 25th, 2022, at the intersection of 41st Street and Astoria Boulevard in Queens, New York. Police had described an argument that developed into a shooting, leaving one person wounded in the stomach. They released surveillance footage. Of course, I can't play the entirety, but the link for the full video is in the bio. Police have released the camera footage of the shooting on July 28th in an appeal for information. Smokey Margella been arrested ever since. The next person on that list was Nas EBK, once a standout basketball player, now a New York drill rapper. Nas EBK got millions of views on YouTube as well. He dropped a track called Y'all One 10 months ago with over 360,000 views and counting. It talked about his once relationship with his then girlfriend.
Star shit, gon' grip my knock regardless. Try to be player, I fumble with Jada. Took a L, left me harless.
He once talked about being set up by his own friends with the interview with Say Cheese.
Now, I don't want to say recently, but maybe a year or 2 ago, you were allegedly lined up for a pound of weed.
I wouldn't say a year or 2 ago. Oh yeah, I say 2 years. But allegedly, feel me? Take it, yeah. If you want to say that, niggas ain't really do nothing with me, and it's not the situation that y'all hearing. It don't. The way how people try to explain it, half of these people was not there, and these people be capping. So it's just like shit. And it's like
so. Take us through that whole situation. Take us through the situation.
Feel me? Shit like this, like I'm gonna put it like this: the best way in the most understanding way possible. Niggas was my friends. I put my trust in them. That and shit happens. No op ever did anything to me. No op could say they did something to me. No op could say they beat me up. No op could say they touched me. None of that. None of that. Those people were my friends. Then they became my op. So it's like they making it seem like they this. Like, no, nigga, y'all was my mans. We was cool. We was in the same crib. We was going to tellies, doing all types of shit. So it's like, stop trying to act like something is not. Y'all were my friends. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Niggas was in the same crib. Shit, like, I could really talk about it, but that's why I don't know, feel me? Shy K, all these niggas that I named that I was cool with, E-Dot, all these niggas, cause niggas was broke. Now they got deals and trying to act like something they not. Flexing all this money, doing this, doing that, talking this and doing that. I remember 2 years ago, niggas was broke, niggas was trying to get a pound of shit. Friendships and doing all types of extra shit, feel me? Cause I've been before this music and money. So it's like, I don't even think they wanted a pound of weed. They thought I had some shit. That's what it was. They thought I had some shit. That's what it was. I posted some shit and I had that in the book bag. That's not what I, feel me? So take the pound of weed, nigga, like, feel me? I ain't even gonna trip. And it's not even like I just gave it to niggas. We fought for our dad, we fought for that shit. I gotta jump, keep it a bean. I don't gotta sit here and lie about nothing, but I'm still here alive. Great, feel me?
Now we're gonna stop it there. Shout out to Say Cheese. Now I wanted to point that out, because you can't have ops if nothing happened to you. And 9 times out of 10, the people who cross you or do something to you or line you up do be the people you know. Just hard truths. But with all he said, I'm sure now he know that. He move a little different. And of course, he had to learn the hard way, You don't supposed to be posting that money on social media. Now, Nas EPK is currently locked up for a shooting that took the life of a young man outside of Times Square. Apparently, it was a drug deal gone bad. The young man who was shot ended up running into a local deli, taking the life of 22-year-old Ibiza Sibi, February 9th, 2023. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family. Now, that incident was also caught on camera. Of course, I can't play the entirety, but I'll make sure I leave the link in the bio. Nasir, aka Lil Nas X, only 18 years old, was picked up in New Jersey and transferred to downtown Manhattan a month later. Ever since, he's been in Rikers Island, charged with second-degree M. Now, the third artist have the most views on YouTube. Some say the most known, Chef G. Having tracks like Wait On Me, featuring Sleepy Hollow, released 3 years ago with a little under 50 million views and counting.
I did some things and gained nothing from it. I was locked up with they put them chains on me.
Now, Chef G was already incarcerated. Months before his release, he was hit with the Rico bust, what some say the biggest gang bust in Brooklyn history. 32 members were charged, 140 count indictment, 12 shootings. One ended up being the demise of a man that was all caught on camera. Authorities say Chef G was the leader, making hits and then inviting the crew to steak dinners.
In fact, this investigation did not rely on a single lyric to prove any of the alleged crimes, but it is an indictment of how when someone does well for themselves and could do real good in our community, they use their fame and they use their money to further gang violence.
Now you got all three of these rappers facing serious allegations, now under one roof, and they decided to put their differences aside and make a song together in honor of hip-hop's 50th anniversary while incarcerated.
The stage area of the chapel, it looked like any community event marking hip-hop's 50th anniversary. We were the only camera crew allowed inside the razor-wired walls. For a moment, it was possible to forget we were in the RNDC, the most dangerous housing unit in one of the most notorious jails in the United States, Rikers Island. The correction officers lining the walls and the detainees dressed in tan uniforms reminded us we were among the most violent accused offenders and gang members in the city. DOC Assistant Commissioner Sekou Maat put this experiment in peace through music all in perspective.
All eyes are on RNDC. This is a very unique opportunity that we have here. Folk are wanting us to ensure that this is safe, that we do the right thing.
The special event came less than 2 weeks after it was announced Commissioner Luis Molina would be leaving to assume the role of Assistant Deputy Mayor for Public Safety. In recent months, federal monitor Steve J. Martin has stepped up his criticism of Molina and his department for the ongoing violence on Rikers Island. He's even questioned whether the city is telling the truth about the crime reduction numbers. Plus, a judge has opened the door to the possibility of a full federal takeover. In an exclusive interview, Molina admitted there's more work to be done, but says they've made progress, especially, he says, given the collapsing, chaotic, underfunded jail system he inherited.
We had an over 20% decline in slashing and stabbings. In calendar year to date, those declines are still occurring, over 20%. And in 2022, we had a 14% decrease in use of force incidents, and we're continuing that decreasing trend.
Molina pushed to bring an inmate recording studio into the jail as one of its occupational training programs. He supported this hip-hop jubilee event for detainees and believes it's much more than entertainment. Why are these programs like this that you've been fighting for since you became commissioner so important to you?
Yeah, they're important. I mean, hip-hop is another way of doing music therapy to reach young adults especially that are just as involved.
Some very well-known incarcerated hip-hop artists from the drill music movement put aside their differences and wrote a song they all performed together in peace, at least for the moment. In accordance with the Department of Correction regulations, we are not showing the faces of any detainee performers or those in the audience, but it was clear they made their mark. VIP guest and Lock superstar Styles P told them their goal should be to get out and never come back.
When you get free, stay free. This shit ain't worth it. It's fun outside. Y'all too, you should be doing that shit outside, reaping the benefits, having fun, doing great.
Sending them brothers love, man. Rest in peace to all the victims that was a part of this story. Hopefully, this is a stern reminder that sometimes our experiences in life are the best teacher. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.